Coffee and I don't really want to drink it 'cause I know it's gonna make me anxious. But if I don't drink it, then I don't know what to do with my morning 'cause I drink it every day. So if I don't have it, I'll also be anxious. And
Hello, good morning, BBs.
Good morning, BBs. It's too early. Welcome to the first, best, and only morning show in existence. I'm Anthony Carboni.
I'm Saige Ryan.
And we saw the new My Hero Academia movie
Last night, and we have so many opinions.
So many opinions. We went and we saw it last night. Thank you to Funimation for inviting us to the premiere. Dang, that's a good movie.
That's a really good movie.
Dang, that's good movie.
That's a really good movie. I'm a huge My Hero Academia fan. So I went in with pretty high expectations.
Yeah. So far, the movies, like, I have enjoyed the previous
Yeah.
movies. I think they work great in the context of the series. It's never too much.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You never have to go in with like complete knowledge of everything that's going on.
No.
But they are great films.
I would argue that this one stands alone the best, in my opinion. If you were to come in having never seen My Hero Academia, I think you could absolutely sit through this film and be like, oh, I completely understand what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm more excited because I understand the relationships better and I have personal ties to these characters, which is what My Hero Academia is really all about. It's about picking the one that you like, the sweet boy that you like. But it stands alone really, really well.
Yeah,
They've done
this
a good job
one's-
of not requiring context.
This one's really about the three sweet boys. The three main sweet boys. This is a real Deku Todoroki Bakugan movie.
Yeah, Bakugo.
A Bakugan movie, and I just fucking, it's good. It's good. There's just enough of the other characters where you're like, oh, good, they're there.
Oh, good. They're here too. I love it.
Oh, good, they're here. They get a moment. I love
Yeah.
that. But it's mostly a movie about a bird, and that's all I'll say, because that bird is the best new character.
It's very good. Literally, Anthony and I were talking last night, and we're like, okay, well, obviously we do spoiler-free reviews on the show. Maybe we'll do a spoilery review for the Patreon, and then we were like, all we'd say is that it's really good.
All I
and
have
you
to
should
say
watch it.
Yeah, all I have to say is it's a great movie.
I have no, in-depth, I feel like when we do those, breakdowns of a movie, even when it's movies we love, there's, discussion and criticism to be had.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, it's precious.
Yeah, it's a perfect little crystallized moment of My Hero Academia.
It's precious.
And it's precious as hell. So yeah, thanks again to Crunchyroll or sorry, Funimation, although they're all the same now.
Funimation and Crunchyroll.
They're all the same now. Sony, Funimation, Crunchyroll, all of it. Thank you for inviting us. It was a lot of fun. We got to see some friends.
Yeah, we did.
We got to see some friends.
Yeah.
If you watched the premiere last night, Miss Kaylee Bray herself was helping run that show, and I think it went so smoothly. I watched a little bit of it afterwards. Ify Wadiwe, of course, friend of the show, was hosting the main red carpet. We got to see Emma Fife. We got to see a bunch of people.
Yeah. Lots of good friends.
Lots of good friends.
I can't stop thinking of how to combine the names of Funimation and Crunchyroll, and I have Funamunchy Roll.
A Funamunchy roll. It's not shorter, and it's not even really a portmanteau. Because you're adding a munchie in there.
No, Funamunchy.
Funny munch. Oh, because Funimation.
Funimation.
Funamunchy roll. Oh,
yeah. It works.
Funamunchy.
Funamunchy Roll.
A Funamunchy definitely is some sort of Pokemon or digital pet. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
A Funamunchy is definitely like a toy that was like a big deal in the 90s.
And I loved it.
Folks, it comes out on Friday. You should see it. Even if you're only like a casual MHA fan, see it. You'll like it. You'll like it. Even if you've dropped out or you've dropped off or you feel like you're not caught up enough, I think you can still see it.
Yeah. I did have cute boots on. You're right.
Yeah. So it was so
pretty good
funny.
outfit.
It was so funny going with Saige, because Saige was like, "Are we getting dressed up?" And I was like, "I don't know. Like, I might. I have the a My Hero kind of casual bounding. Like I have the uniform because I have that gray suit that I wore when I hosted the Anime Awards, but I couldn't find all the bits of it. And then the invitation said, "Dress business casual,"
which is a completely different meaning in Los Angeles than anywhere else in the world.
because we showed Saige was like, yeah, you said that, and the invitation said that. And then I looked at what some people were putting together, and of course I showed up, and Saige was like, Saige went full Saige.
Yeah, I always
Saige
do.
went full. Yeah, there's
Because
no,
here's the
there's
thing,
no
even
partial
if I
Saige.
hadn't, I was always going to do it.
Yeah.
I just felt vindicated in doing it.
I just hope other people are, but even if they're not,
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
I'm doing it.
Is what she said.
Hey, look, it's a Panda Express out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rare that we get occasions to get dressed up and go somewhere. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for it.
Go for it.
That's it.
I want to tilt just a touch.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're just a touch. Because you're, I don't know. I feel like you're just in a corner.
No one puts baby in a corner.
Nobody puts Saige in a corner.
Let's get into the news for today, shall we? Of course, one of the biggest things that we must jump into
Immediately
is the Cowboy Bebop trailer.
Ooh, baby.
There's music in it.
Yeah, but it's going to be fine.
I'd keep it low if you wouldn't mind.
It's going to be fine.
Keep it low.
I'm keeping it low. It's going to be fine.
Uh-huh. All right.
Netflix is cooler about this stuff than most.
Music is music.
Here we go. Ooh, there it is. What I love about this trailer is they're not afraid to put all of the ding dang silly stupid stuff in it.
Yeah.
Last week we showed off that short that they made, and people
we loved.
I loved it. People were like, "That's not Cowboy Bebop." I'm like, "It's Cowboy Bebop if you needed to explain it in 2 minutes."
Yeah, which is exactly what that was supposed to be.
Yeah. This shows that they are definitely going fully with the style of the series. The Bebop looks so good. The sword, I mean, it's like amazing. It's amazing. This is my favorite kind of sci-fi. You know, we're Star Wars fans, obviously.
Of course.
I'm a Blade Runner fan.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a Bebop fan because my favorite kind of sci-fi is really the shades don't work on the ship. You know what I mean? Like, it's dirty and it's cool. I mean, look, Vicious is there. Vicious looks exactly how Vicious is supposed to look. I mean, everybody is just we saw the assassin in the bear suit. Like, it's all there.
Oh.
Faye rules so hard.
Yeah, Faye rules so hard.
Yeah, somebody in the live studio audience is saying, I will not be watching this on Netflix. It might be the open seas for me. We're not going to tell you how to watch it with everything that's going on recently.
Yep.
But we will say that the people that made this are not Netflix employees.
Right.
And they worked pretty hard. And if you can find a way to watch it, watch it. I love the...
Yeah, watch it somehow.
I love the... can I kill her just a little bit?
Yeah.
Just the recurring theme of that throughout this.
There's a good blend of moments that are... like ridiculously cool, and the silly shit that you're talking about.
Oh yeah, the space clown was in there. Y'all saw the space clown, right? Like, they didn't get rid of it. They put it all in.
But there are also these moments where you're just like, God damn,
Ooh.
Everyone's hot and cool. Okay.
Fucking swordfish, man. The swordfish looks so good.
Very exciting.
And it's coming soon, November 19th. November 19th.
Looks damn good. Looks damn good. I also currently have my Netflix subscription canceled.
Hey. We got some time until November 19th. We would love to see Netflix make some good decisions between now and then.
It would be tight. It would be real tight if you did.
Yeah, it'd be super tight. Elaki in the live studio audience brings up that it comes out the same day as the Wheel of Time show. But, you know, I think in this new age of media, neither one of them is dropping in a way where you can binge them.
Yeah.
So you're going to have time.
It's so wild that
Now I
we went
wanna
from
pull it
weekly
the other
shows.
way.
Yeah. Yeah, you overdid it a little.
Well, it's a little loose on here. We're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it all out. We're going to figure all the new stuff out.
It's a little much.
I know. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
Just gonna do small movements.
That's what I was doing.
Yeah, it's weird that we went to a place of where we were waiting weekly for shows, and then it was like, nah, you can have these all at once. And we were like, oh, we could have them all at once. And then these companies were like,
We keep giving it away and y'all keep canceling.
we can't do that. We can't let them watch it all on a trial.
You keep doing a trial and then canceling. You can't do that.
Yeah, we all know Dave Chappelle will not be making any good decisions. Dave Chappelle instead doubled down and continued to make double down on bad decisions.
But
I'm not going to say worse decisions than the transphobia, but doubled down on the transphobia.
But here's what's crazy about Dave Chappelle making these statements. None of this shit actually affects Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle got paid.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle's special is out.
Yep.
Dave Chappelle did not get censored or anything like that. Dave Chappelle just sold out. Dave Chappelle and Jon Stewart just sold out an 18,000 seat theater. I believe it was in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Chappelle's fine.
He's fine. And he's like, no one will hire me because I was a transphobe. Bro's worth like $50 million.
Also, so far, Dave Chappelle, that's unfortunately not true. So the last person we actually need to hear about, because this is about a Dave Chappelle joke, but this is not actually an argument about Dave Chappelle. This is between Netflix and Netflix's employees, and Netflix saying, hey, this content was not okay for us.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's Dave Chappelle content, but none of this stuff is going to fucking affect Dave Chappelle. Everybody stop talking to Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle is a rich man who got exactly what he wanted out
He's
of
an
this.
angry boomer that made angry boomer content. He's yelling about things he doesn't understand, like a fucking lead-poisoned toddler, just like every other person of his generation who does the same thing.
It's that old comedian syndrome that we've been talking about. Old boomer comedian syndrome. Anyway, this is not a show about Dave Chappelle.
We're gonna move on. This is a show about games.
This is hey, first and foremost, rise and grind gamers. You know what I mean? We're real gamers here.
Good morning is gamer time.
It's gamer time. That's what we all say as gamers. Good morning, it's gamer time. The N64 has come to the Nintendo Switch, Saige.
Very excited about that.
Very excited.
Love that.
The Genesis and the N64 came out in, of course, what Nintendo is calling the expansion pack to Nintendo Online.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo Online, of course, was $20 a year because there ain't much to it. But now with the expansion pack,
oh, yeah. Awesome.
$50 a year.
Yep.
You get the N64 games that have been added to Nintendo Online.
Sure do.
You get the Genesis games, and you get that Animal Crossing DLC.
So, like, why wouldn't you?
Well, because apparently it's not great.
What?
People are having a lot of problems. Complaints, particularly about the N64 emulation, have been collecting online. People aren't happy. People are not very happy right now. They're complaining about controller lag. They're complaining about frame rate troubles. The biggest one that I saw is this button layout. Have you seen this button layout, Saige?
Yeah, it's rough. I'm hoping they'll update that.
Yeah.
These are all things that they can update. These are all things that can be adjusted. And hopefully will be.
Friend of the show and good boy, Blessing Adeoye Jr.
Excuse you.
Bless put this up as soon as it came out. This is the button mapping for the N64 controller, which, by the way, is not remappable. In order to press... Now, B and A are down where the actual controller B and A are.
Uh-huh.
But that's not where they are on the Nintendo 64 controller. They're where Y and B are.
Yep.
And then you've got the two...
You've got left and down.
You've got left and down. But then if you want to do the actual C buttons, you need to hold down ZR and the face buttons, and then it turns it to all of the yellow face buttons, the C buttons.
Why wouldn't you just regularly use the D-pad?
Well, because the D-pad needs to be the D-pad because of the N64 controller.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right, because you've got all directions plus D-pad plus BA.
So
Oh, yeah.
the answer is this needs to be remappable for individual games.
Yes.
Clearly.
I think it needs to be remapped as a baseline
Yeah.
so that the standard is a little more accessible and easy.
Yeah, I would put
And
BA
then
on
also,
I would put BA on YB,
same.
and then I would put those two face buttons on X and A. You know?
Yeah, I could agree with that.
That's where I would put them if you needed to, but I would definitely like to see that.
You know what I'd like instead?
Mm-hmm.
Just to play it on an N64 controller.
Now, they do have an N64 controller.
Yeah.
And apparently that is also not great.
No.
That is also not great. I'm looking at this. So this is clearly mapped. This is made for Mario and Zelda. I think Mario and Zelda are going to be fine with this. Because let's face it, if you fuck with that camera in Mario 64, you're in a world of trouble anyway.
Oh, God.
You're in a world of trouble. Don't hit those C
God.
buttons. Just let it ride, baby. Let it ride.
We played that emulator.
Mm-hmm.
No, we didn't. It was all goods. And it had like different controls on the camera, and even then controlling the camera is a nightmare.
Well, when we played Mario All-Stars, the 3D All-Stars at my place, it had different mapping. The B and A were where we just suggested they go.
Yeah.
So this clearly needs to be tweaked, and it needs to be tweakable by the player, just for accessibility purposes, but also for games. I'm looking at this, and one of the big deals about the Virtual Console for the N64 is Sin and Punishment. Like, they're really pushing the fact that you can play Sin and Punishment. You can't fucking play Sin and Punishment with that layout. There's absolutely no way I can play Sin and Punishment with that layout.
No, that's not happening.
In addition, there is apparently a lot of input lag.
Yeah.
A huge amount of input lag. There's apparently a lot of emulation errors and bugs. Now, this is clearly the emulator that Nintendo EAD built for Mario 3D All-Stars.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They built this for the Mario All-Star Collection to play Mario 64.
Which slapped.
Which slaps. And listen, everybody who has worked or read about emulation knows, if you're going to emulate the N64, you start with Super Mario 64. If that works, you've got a good base.
Right.
They did not check it against the entire library.
No, they said, well, we did it, boys. Let's go home.
Let's go home. We've got graphic issues. We've got entire characters clipping out. We've got texture issues. This tweet about what from Stop Skeletons from Fighting from Uncle Derek, great YouTube channel if you're not watching Stop Skeletons from Fighting, talks about N64 versus Wii Virtual Console versus Switch. So this is what it looks like on the N64. That's what I remember.
Okay.
Great. Here's what it looked like on the Wii Virtual Console. It's stretched, but it's there.
Still looks pretty good.
We've got some weird texture issues going on here.
He's red.
That's just, I think they just put on the different suit there.
Okay.
But what we're really dealing with are these weird texture issues in the water.
It looks like a comforter.
Yeah, it's very strange. We've got no mini map.
Nope.
There's a lot of strange. They over sharpened it. Looks like. There's a lot going on there. Zia. Oh God. And here's an example of some of the lag and clipping issues. The well just appears and disappears.
And also half of the body.
Half of Link. This frame rate goes down to nothing. And then boop.
Big patch, Nintendo?
Yeah.
Nintendo got big patch for us?
We're also seeing a lot of this is what it's like. You know, Nintendo uses direct peer-to-peer connections for online games. And as we know, if you don't have a perfect peer-to-peer connection, Nintendo Online falls apart because they're trying to do frame-accurate emulation. So if you're a frame ahead of me, everybody else stops and does a frame while we catch up to you. So it causes nothing but lag. It's a real issue. But I have also seen people play it with no problems online. But that's going to be case by case, and it really just shows...
Big patch needed.
Big patch needed.
You could do it, Nintendo.
Now, I was willing to pay it for this year just to get that, just to get that Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
But here's the thing:
Uh-oh.
that Animal Crossing is $24.99 on its own, right?
Mhm.
If I get the $50 Nintendo Online,
Yeah.
and they don't fix these virtual console issues, and I decide not to renew, I've got to pay for that Animal Crossing DLC again if I want to keep playing Animal Crossing.
That is a good point.
And I could have just gotten it for $24.99. A lot, and they still haven't added the quality of life improvements that we want out of Nintendo Online. I'm still using a phone if I want to use Nintendo voice chat.
I don't think that fix is coming. I think that's Switch voice chat.
Yeah, that's never coming. We're not seeing a lot of just the standard quality of life issues that we see on other online console platforms. And also, hey, the virtual console thing is huge, cool idea. But at this point, Microsoft and Sony have comparable offerings.
They do.
And they will also give you big current games, which Nintendo will never give you a big current game.
No.
They're going to give you the stuff that you bought 3 or 4 times. A lot of people are speculating, Saige, that the reason the price has gone up so much is actually the Genesis games and paying Sega their licensing fee.
I can see that. That makes sense.
That doesn't explain it all to me, though.
No.
We've seen those Genesis games come out 100 times.
Right.
They're already on. You can already buy them on the Wii for like $4 each. They've come out in like the Sega Smash packs and all of those classic things on every console. Like, Sega makes money off of those, but I don't believe that. I think that's something that people are just thinking because they're trying to figure out why Nintendo is charging so much. And I think they're just charging so much because they're Nintendo.
They're not charging particularly more than other platforms unless you're considering Game Pass,
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you're thinking about Xbox Live or you're thinking about PlayStation Plus, Nintendo's still competitive.
Yeah, I mean, Nintendo's still the cheapest.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not familiar with exactly what the price is of PlayStation Plus, but I know it's cheaper than Xbox Live.
I think for PlayStation Plus, I'm paying $50 a year right now, too.
Because Xbox Live is $10 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Or, discount for yearly subscription. But
12 months of PlayStation Plus, I'm paying $60, not $50.
Okay.
So I'm paying $10 more for PlayStation Plus. But with PlayStation Plus, I would argue that I'm getting a library of games that I want to play more. Because you're getting things that are you're getting God of War and Uncharted and Final Fantasy 15 and all of these, and then 3 new games every month. This is a good step forward by Nintendo, but I would say that if you're on the fence about paying for this right now, stay on the fence. You know what I mean? Wait a couple weeks. Let's see if there's a big update.
yeah.
I don't know. What do you think? What are you thinking about it?
I'll probably end up doing it. I want to check it out for myself. I expect a patch. Look, if I'm paying for a year of it, I want the Animal Crossing DLC ASAP. I expect a patch before that's over. That would make it worthwhile that I got to play all of those things for me. But
Yeah.
I'm a Nintendo kid at the end of the day. I will always have a preference for Nintendo games.
Right.
And I always have. So it's particularly worth it for me, even if it's a few months down the line or, I'm going to guess 2 months, maybe we get a patch.
I'd hope so. I would love to see more games from them get add-ons for Nintendo Online expansion pack users, right? So they haven't said anything, but maybe we get a little something for Arceus, right? Maybe we get a little something for Breath of the Wild 2 or Splatoon 3. Maybe we get a Nintendo expansion pack member,
Yeah.
cosmetics or something.
I don't think Animal Crossing is going to be the last thing they do with this. No. I absolutely agree with you that we
Right.
are going to get other things. I think they are trying out something new. And Nintendo doesn't do a lot of kind of one-off try this. It's okay. I think this is them moving towards the direction of trying to be we got to have something to compete with these other online platforms. Though Nintendo usually isn't one to care about competing, it's clear that they're doing it.
Yeah, they're being dragged kicking and screaming into modern times.
So they're doing it. And I think there is more to come from that. I think we will see more things like DLC included for future games. Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna stay on the fence for now, just because I feel like the majority of that back catalog I have a lot of other ways.
Mm-hmm. That's
but
fair.
you know, I will see, like you, we'll see what happens when that Animal Crossing comes out, because I'm getting that DLC one way or the other.
Yeah.
I'm adding track lighting to my fucking island.
I'm also waiting for them to add more games. I'm also waiting for Nintendo to add more games to that, because we know this is just the start.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for GameCube emulation.
You don't need more. You've got WinBack for the N64. We've all been waiting for WinBack.
Give me GameCube.
GameCube.
Give me GameCube on my Switch. It's all I could ever want in this world.
We know you can do it. That Mario All-Stars shows that you can do it.
Give it to me. Give me Animal Crossing Original on my Switch.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Give me regular old Animal Crossing on my Switch.
Give me Luigi Mansion 1.
Ugh, please. Please. Pikmin.
Give me that Chibi Robo.
God damn.
God, the GameCube has such a sick library.
It does. It's untouchable.
Such a sick library.
Yeah. By the way, we're not talking about it. I didn't end up putting it in here. But the Pikmin Niantic game's almost here.
The AR game.
Yeah, the AR game. The, Pokemon Go-esque Pikmin game. We talked about it when it got announced. And it's almost done.
It's almost done. Man, I'm going to be so hyped for that.
I'm into it.
I've almost jumped into Pokemon Go a couple times now that the world is open and I'm going to different places again.
Yeah.
I've kind of been like, do I open up Pokemon Go right now?
Harry B in the live studio audience said, is there not PC emulators for all of these games? My PC is not on my Switch.
Right. And
I would like to hold it in my hands and go outside and sit in a park. I would like to do that and play all of these games.
Well, and diving into the emulation versus back catalog and legality and money and ethics and all that stuff. Like, yeah, I love emulators. But I would love to see them do this service right.
Yeah.
So I can support the games that I love, and always have them on whatever device is my favorite at the time.
Exactly. And everyone's like, Steam Deck. Yeah. Let me just grab $800.
Or my imaginary Steam Deck.
Right. Hold on.
I know it's coming, but like,
let me get out my $800.
But right now, I would love to see it on the Switch.
I already have a Switch. I'd like that.
Nintendo, and especially because, hey, Nintendo, we've said this 100 times. You want to shut down ROM sites? Mm-hmm. Let me have the games.
Also, Steam Deck.
I'll give you the money for the games, Nintendo.
Let me have
them.
Uh-huh.
You don't have to shut down a ROM site. I will give you the money.
Look, I'd be mad if you charged me full price for the original Animal Crossing on Switch, but I, on God, would pay it.
She would. It's all she talks about is how she wants to go back to the original Animal Crossing.
That's all I want. Let me go back.
Please. We have to go back.
Please.
We have to go back.
Please, please, please.
PlayStation State of Play.
Mm-hmm. They have announced a new State of Play.
It's happening today at 2. They're going to be showing some of what we've been waiting for, Saige. This is a game that we are both excited about.
Uh-huh.
Little Devil Inside is
very
going to be.
Very, very, very pumped for this.
It's going to be heavily featured. Now, this is the game, of course, where you are literally some sort of warrior inside of an evil old man.
Uh-huh.
And, like, that's what we know.
That's all they gave us.
And we know it looks adorable.
And we know there will be more at 2 p.m. They said it includes your first in-depth look at Little Devil Inside, which I'm very, very excited about. So, naturally, because that's happening later today after the show, we will be talking about it on Friday.
Yeah.
We'll catch you up on everything.
If we want to talk about just a little bit more Nintendo news before we move on to some other things.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of the stuff that we just saw for Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. Last week, we got that Pokemon documentary travel log horror fucking film.
A little found footage piece on their Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And it turns out those Pokemon people that were speculating were right.
Mm-hmm.
These are the Hisui forms of Zorua and Zoroark. And these are adorable little Pokemons
So cute.
that feed on the fear of humans. They are fueled by their hatred of mankind.
Powered by spite and hate. And I find that relatable.
So here's a clear look. That's the adorable Pokemon that lured the poor explorer to his, we're not going to say demise because it's Pokemon. But,
No.
But, you know, and it literally says spiteful fox Pokemon.
That's the category.
Ghost type.
It's normal and ghost.
And here's Zoroark.
Mm-hmm.
Baneful fox Pokemon. It keeps illusions in its hair. Its hair is full of secrets.
Its hair is full of secrets.
Its hair is literally full of secrets.
Oh my God. That's so good. In the write-up here, we have the spiteful power emitted from the Hisuian Zoroark. Reading is not my strong suit this morning. Writhing fur projects terrifying illusions, and it can also inflict physical harm upon foes, damaging their bodies from both the inside and out.
Love to see it.
Come on. The illusions that Zoroark projects have expressions of such utter malice towards every last thing upon this world that those who see them are said to be driven mad by terror.
No notes. Absolutely no notes.
I mean, top 5.
Oh yeah, I mean this goes right up there. I mean let's talk about your favesies. I mean there's a Gengar is up there. I know. Mimikyu is up there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You love a spooky ghost type Pokemon. I know. I think am I correct? Your absolute favorite is Psyduck, right?
You're correct.
Because that's also my absolute favorite.
Yeah. It's Psyduck and Mimikyu. They're
Yeah.
really up there for me.
Psyduck I love just because of our poor anxious boy. I just
Sweet anxious boy.
he's too smart and too anxious for his
doing
own
his
good.
best. He's just got a headache.
And I feel that. I feel it in
he's a
my
little stressed
bones.
out and he doesn't feel like he's doing a very good job.
I get that.
But he's doing his best.
But I do feel like an adorable ghost Pokemon that lures people to their, I don't know, dropping a camera. We're not going to say death once again. It is
Yeah.
Pokemon. But
I'm surprised that
that's
this
up
is
there.
normal ghost and not fairy ghost.
yeah, actually.
This looks, in my opinion, and like, look, with Pokemon, a lot of the time you can't really tell just by looking at them. But that looks like a ghost fairy type to me.
Yeah. You know, I think they made it normal type just because they want it to be the smaller one. They want to be a naturally occurring piece of wildlife to Hisui.
Mm-hmm.
And so they want it to be like, I think they're getting it from like Kitsune. You know what I mean? Like the idea that they're like foxes and they're normal foxes, but also they have spirits and they're like
Get
forest
that.
guardians.
Right. And that makes sense. I think that that's really cool. I just liked the idea of the like, I mean, you know, the Fae, little tricksters.
Mm-hmm.
The Fae, gonna lead you in. Cute and pretty. Big teeth, big evil a lot of the time.
Hey, big teeth, big evil. And that's a dating tip that you can take to your grave. We also saw some more stuff about Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Which I'm so excited about.
We got to see some designs for the gym leaders.
Yeah. Like tight.
And Team Galactic, of course.
Come on. Look at the hair.
They look great.
I love Diamond and Pearl.
Now, as we've talked about,
Mm-hmm.
I've never played Diamond and Pearl. This is going to be my first time. I'm pretty excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm liking the visual vibes. They did also announce the early purchase bonuses. Now, this is not a pre-order bonus.
Mm-hmm.
We would never recommend a pre-order.
No, we do not recommend digital game pre-orders.
However, if you buy it within, I believe, the first month or two, if you get it before February 21st, and of course the game comes out on November 19th, you will get the Platinum-style outfit, which is the classic version of the Platinum clothes. You will also get a Manaphy egg.
Be a mystery gift.
you'll get 12 quick balls.
Nice.
So you get a little bit of things for ordering within the first 2 months there.
Oh, and I will. I'll do that.
But you were telling me that you still have a lot of Shield that you want to go through.
I do have a good bit of Shield still to play.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited about. Look how much Pokemon I still have.
Can you believe you're gonna have 2 Pokemans to play at once?
And then 3 because I won't have finished any of them by the time Arceus comes out.
How exciting!
Can you believe it?
I am excited to jump
these
in.
by January.
I am excited to jump in and play these for the first time. I discovered the Pokemon games. I started playing them just a couple years ago, and I love them. I absolutely love them. I was when they released Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, I was like, oh, I understand what you're doing. You're doing blue and red and yellow. Like I get it. And I was like, I'll play it a little bit. I already know all the story because I like the cartoon. I like the cards.
Yeah.
We've discussed this before. I'm a fan of Pokemon culture. If not the games.
Yeah.
And so I played Let's Go Eevee and I was like, dude, this slaps.
Yeah.
And so I went back and I played the Game Boy Color ones.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
You've joined us. I'm glad you're here.
I'm
glad you're here, and I'm excited for Diamond and Pearl. It was a weird jump that they went to Diamond and Pearl, but it was perfect for me. Diamond and Pearl was the perfect jump, too, for me.
I'm on Leaf Green right now.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I'm on Leaf Green. I had to replay all those Castlevanias.
Yeah.
Had to.
Didn't have a choice.
Had to.
Unfortunately. It's been a tough work, but...
It's part of my bloodline. Every so often I feel the call, and I must travel to Dracula's castle to destroy it.
Right.
So I replayed all of the DS ones, including Portrait of Ruin, which I'd never played all the way through. And now I'm ready for some Pokemans.
Yeah.
I'm ready to do it.
That makes sense.
Ready to do it. What else is going on in the world, Sage? It feels like there's just so much going on in the world.
Well, we have one more piece of games news that I actually did want to talk about because I found this really funny.
This annoys the shit out of me.
Yeah, it sucks.
This sucks.
It's so funny that it's happening because it sucks.
This sucks.
I want to be clear about the kind of funny that it is. It's not the kind of funny that I enjoy. It's the kind of funny that's ridiculous. Y'all playing that Far Cry?
Because if you're not?
Because if you're not, they're mad at you. Pokemon. So if you don't play for a little bit, the company will email you in the voice of Giancarlo. What's his name? Not the.
Whatever the name that his character is, the big bad from Far Cry 6.
I only have Gus Fring.
Yeah.
Head empty Gus Fring.
Yes.
Gus Fring will send you an email and tell you he's mad at you. He'll taunt you for not playing the game.
They're sending emails with subject lines like, "You disappoint me,"
with your name in it.
Yeah. "It was amusing watching you fail, and surely you can do better than this." I don't want to see something like that in my inbox.
No.
Because in my inbox, all I'm going to see is the subject line.
You disappoint me, Anthony.
What the fuck?
Hey,
That's
Far
rude.
Cry? Fuck off.
That's so rude. I actually, look, hey, if your retention rate for Far Cry 6 is not good, and it's probably not, Far Cry 6 has not been getting the greatest reviews. Some people are saying that yes, of course it's great, it's Far Cry, but it's got the Ubisoft problem of, well, the Ubisoft problem is sexual harassment and mistreatment in the workplace.
Yep.
But the Ubisoft game problem is, you've played this game 100 times.
Yeah, they keep making the same game.
You've played it. And so I'm not shocked that people are dropping off. If people are dropping off, why not incentivize them to come back in a positive way?
No.
Offer them something.
Neg them into playing.
Fucking neg them. Of course, the sexual harassment company says, we're going to neg you into coming back to us.
Far Cry said, gatekeep, gaslight, girl boss. Signed, El Presidente.
Fucking lame.
That's so annoying.
It's so annoying.
Who would be into this?
Look, You want to follow, so many sites send that, hey, we miss you, we want you back stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I get what Ubisoft is trying to do.
Games do it too. I don't like you monitoring my activity that much. Like, we know you're doing it, but like, don't fucking remind me.
So gross. So gross. And especially part of the reason I think I'm so about it is because it is Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Read the room, Ubisoft.
Yeah, I haven't played Assassin's Creed since Black Flag.
Figure out how people feel about you right
Or
now,
the
Ubisoft.
game, rather.
And then decide whether you want to send harassment emails to people.
Right.
Figure it out.
They accidentally sent out an internal email.
That was just meant for employees.
Oh, sorry. That's actually just the stuff that we usually send to employees. Our bad.
Yeah.
We're looping you in on our office culture. That's what we're doing. We want to make you feel like part of the Ubisoft family.
Yeah, it was amusing watching you fail was meant to be a subject line to a high-ranking female executive.
Exactly. Exactly. Don't worry. It's in great hands now. Ick. No thanks, dog.
No thanks. We want to talk a little bit more about some of these companies, these game companies that are making decisions.
All right.
BlizzConline was supposed to be in 2022. It was supposed to be an online-only event. Wild of them to decide to do it. Wild of them to decide to do it.
Well, now they've decided to not actually do it.
BlizzConline is postponed as Blizzard looks to reimagine the event. According to the official statement, all Blizzard wants to do is just kind of take a look at it and make sure it's the best it can be. We're tweaking it because we want it to be the best, and so we're just going to have to delay it. We know that you're disappointed.
Of course, we know how badly you wanted to go to BlizzCon.
We know.
You wanted to go online and watch BlizzCon this year.
Wow. Yo.
Now,
we know exactly why you're not having your online fan event, Blizzard.
Here's what this statement could have been. Because, yeah, they got to put out a statement about doing it, about not doing it. It could have said, hey, we're taking this time to focus on reimagining our workplace instead of the event. We're taking this time to focus on being a stronger and better company. We will not be holding the event. That's it. That's all you had to say.
That's all you had to say.
Like, we're not going to be friends again because you said it. But, like, we wouldn't be talking about it like this.
Now,
you wouldn't sound like a tone-deaf absolute schmuck.
But at the same time, like, you know what's going on back there. And you know that it's like, what statement doesn't make our stock drop more? Which is so gross. Which is so gross. Because Blizzard, your stock's going to drop no matter what right now. You got to figure your shit out. And it would be much better for you to just say that you're figuring your shit out.
And this is the daily reminder. Fuck you, Blizzard.
Oh, it's about 9 a.m. It's time to fuck you, Blizzard. Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Now that we got that in.
Next. You know what? Let's talk about something fucking weird and wild. Let's talk about Faze Clan, because you may have seen Faze Clan in the news this week.
Folks, I'm the oldest man on the internet.
I was gonna say, I think a lot of our audience is like, we have no crossover with Faze Clan.
I am the oldest man on the internet. I understand an esports, and I'm happy for an esports. When I was a youth, all I would have wanted was an esports.
Of course.
Professional video gamesman?
Yeah.
Please. I'm very happy that esports is a big money business and it's doing very well. Here's the thing that I know about Faze Clan and a lot of these esports organizations. Bad.
Okay, so
Faze Clan is some bad boys.
We don't have a single crossover. We don't have a single person in this audience that watches a member of Faze Clan. I'm just gonna call it now. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Nobody out there is watching Faze Rug. You're not Faze Banks boys.
Like, and that's not even like, I'm not even shitting on Faze Clan right now. I'm about to, but I'm not yet. There's no way that we are the same target audience, and I know that.
Yeah,
I'm just being realistic here.
The only people, like a couple people know, Darren plays, bad in the live studio audience does know and just says bad. Bad confirmed. But most people are saying, no, I don't know what this means. Absolutely not.
So let's get into it. Faze Clan is not only an esports org. They also cross into like music. They have like musicians that are a part of Faze Clan. It's kind of like it's a combination between, and where we've ended up in social media is like you've got your like 100 Thieves, right? They're kind of like more like 100 Thieves. They are a larger company than that.
Right.
For a while on YouTube, we had MCNs, multi-channel networks that owned a bunch of YouTube channels, and most of them fucked over a bunch of YouTube channels, right?
Hi.
And that was the evolution
Victim of
like,
that. Hello.
Right. It was like it went from agencies to MCMs, right? And then we went to like no. Independent content creators gather and they make crews. You had your Team 10s, right? You had your like Logan Paul friend groups that gave themselves names. You have your Hype House.
Maker and the Collective started off that way.
Right.
They were YouTubers.
Before they became an MCN.
They were YouTubers that got together and they were like, if we appear in each other's stuff and we hype each other's stuff up, we'll all get bigger. In a more modern sense, we have a lot of TikTok houses that have gathered, your Hype House and things of the sort. Yeah,
so,
young influencers all move into the same house so they can constantly make content and bad decisions
and
illegal decisions all the time.
Right. So this is a like iteration that keeps happening. It starts over on every platform where they go, we're just a bunch of friends doing something. There's so much between us that this has to be a company. Oh my God, there's so much money here. Okay, we need to include people that aren't our friends because we're so big that we can do this. And then it topples over and it starts over at the little guys again.
So
that's you're caught up now on what a Faze Clan is.
Faze Clan is one of those. And why their name might sound familiar to you is very recently, Faze Clan, a bunch of their prominent members were caught up in a crypto scam.
Yep.
They were basically paid to promote a cryptocurrency. They got paid in cash and the cryptocurrency, and the moment their brand deals with this cryptocurrency were up, they all liquidated all their currency. They sold it. They tanked the value of the currency.
Yeah.
They basically had their entire audience buy into an insider trading scam.
Yeah.
But because it's crypto and it's not really regulated the same way,
there aren't laws to prosecute that. And like, look, you've gathered a bunch of suddenly wealthy gamer and like music 20-something-year-old dudes on the internet. There's going to be it's going to be seething with problematic men. Like, it's going to be fucking pulsating with icky men. And naturally it is. But the thing that happened this week is Faze Clan went public, or is currently going public, rather.
Right. And so remember, I want you to remember, like 3 weeks after being found a crypto scam, supporting a crypto scam, they're going public. And they announced their valuation. Oh my God.
Their valuation is $1 billion.
$1 billion. They're expecting to get a $300 million infusion in cash, which will then make their stock value a total of $1 billion.
They said that with a $300 million cash, they'll immediately reinvest into global multi-platform growth strategy spanning content, gaming, and entertainment and consumer products, including potential acquisitions.
That means they're going to buy a lot of vapes and cars.
Yeah.
They're going to buy a lot of vapes and cars and Xboxes and shit. Good Lord. Good Lord, Faze at the head of it, I believe Faze Banks is the founder that is responsible for most of their day-to-day decisions.
Yeah,
and he's just some fucking 20-something dude bro with a vape pen constantly in his mouth. And every video of his that I've ever seen, I'm just like, oh, stop, you gotta stop. And now they're worth $1 billion.
Yep. So this will be interesting to see.
Just a reminder that we're two people in a shed trying to do our best.
We're just two people in a shed, everybody.
We're two people in a shed.
Any money.
I don't have a job.
We make what's the opposite of $1 billion?
Us.
Yes. Correct. Hey, an air-conditioned shed.
That's
we even
true.
had a little heat this morning because
That's
it was
true.
a little cold in here.
We spent all of last month's money on the air conditioner and heater for the shed. We actually spent all of last month's money, this month's money, and probably the next couple months' money on it. But so, you know, maybe we should be doing more trick shot videos and harmful pranks on women.
Oh, yeah, we should try it.
Moving on.
Moving on. I mean, while we're in it.
While we're in it, let's just
Like,
wade right through it.
We're really in the depths of the bad right
Pull
now.
up the boots. We are slogging through it.
We
It's
started
Winston.
good, and we've got something to come back up. I promise we're coming back up, okay?
It's fucking Winston Churchill hours, baby.
Stick with us. We're gonna go to good and wholesome after the fact, okay? But we have to talk about the Facebook papers. We have to talk about the Facebook papers. If you are not caught up for any reason, Facebook recently had a whistleblower come out with a ton of incriminating information about the Zuck.
We talked a little bit about it because she finally unmasked. She was one of their head data scientists.
She did an interview with 60 Minutes, I believe.
Yep. And that was earlier this month, but the Facebook papers have been circulating since May. So if you remember the government for like 5 seconds being concerned about Facebook, like back in this summer, that's why. However, they have now reviewed those papers entirely, and the press has those papers now.
Yes. And what we found is that Mark Zuckerberg lies a lot.
No.
Mark Zuckerberg is literally always lying.
No.
Do you remember when there was that, during the 2016 election cycle, there was that website where it counted every time that Donald Trump told a lie
Yes.
in a public speech?
Yes.
I feel like we could have one of those for Zuck, but when he's speaking to Congress.
Yeah, he basically. We all remember Mark Zuckerberg's testimony before Congress, where he basically said, like, hey, we remove 94% of the hate speech on our platform before a human even reports it. Between our amazing Facebook algorithms and our amazing Facebook moderation teams, 95% of the hate speech gets removed before you even see it. Bullshit.
We know that a lot.
Bullshit. Internal documents say less than 5% was removed.
Yes. And that's the amount they're aware of. They're removing 5% of what they know is happening.
Right.
It's not like, well, this is the amount we found.
Because then you also have to believe their lie that their algorithm is perfectly finding all this stuff.
Right.
You have to believe 2 lies. 5% of the known hate speech. And according to this data scientist, according to her interview with 60 Minutes, they don't want to remove hate speech because they found
people engaged.
Yeah, they found that anger is the best engagement.
If you notice when you go on Facebook, there's a lot of things that are being posted by your like boomer relatives and like your friends in other states, people we went to high school with, right? But for the most part, what you often get served, especially in times of high contention in the political spectrum or things of the sort, are the people you disagree with, are the people who are saying something controversial that's getting a lot of engagement in particular. And Facebook serves you those things because it keeps you on the platform. You come back to argue about the things that you're passionate about.
I don't see when Saige posts a picture of Ghost and Wednesday.
No.
I see when some guy I was in shop class with in the 7th grade says that he believes that vaccines don't work.
Right.
And he'll kick somebody in the face if they say they do.
Yes.
Why would I see that? Why would I see that? I haven't spoken to that person in years. But they do that to drive engagement. They also found, and this is a huge one.
Mm-hmm. So we know already that in gathering and amassing a larger hate group for the January 6th insurrection, the storm on the Capitol, We know that there was gathering on Facebook because we know that there were Facebook groups that popped up called Stop the Steal. There was one particularly large one that was banned on Facebook, but there were dozens of lookalike groups that were created immediately in its stead, and Facebook did absolutely nothing about them. They had put in place certain measures during the 2020 election cycle, but after November 6th, after the election was finished, they just kind of stopped.
The people who are planning dangerous stuff aren't planning it in a group with 100,000 followers. They're doing it in smaller, closed membership groups. And Facebook knows that. But Facebook also knows that when the Stop the Steal group gets so big that it's being reported on by the press, they have to step in and close it.
But they let it get that big first.
Exactly. They don't do anything until they absolutely have to. And then they still wait. So they said they planned exhaustively for the election and its aftermath. They anticipated the potential for post-election violence, and they always expected the challenges to last through the inauguration of President Biden, and that they feel that they effectively worked through it.
And yet they rolled back countless kinds of protection that they put in to the platform, particularly for U.S. citizens, on November 6th.
Now,
because they knew there was going to be a lot of conversation and it was going to bring a lot of people to come and argue on their platform.
They also understand that while the U.S. is a huge, huge amount of this problem, they don't have the same number of moderators and the same number of people looking over communities in other countries, particularly non-English speaking countries, because they would have to hire additional support staff. They rely basically on machine learning and algorithms to police those places, and they understand. I mean, look, we're seeing a lot of this stuff in Eastern Europe right now, particularly in places like Poland. We're seeing this actually even in Western Europe, in places like Germany, where moderation is failing and populist groups like this are gaining footholds and gaining traction on social media, and they know it. And they're not doing anything about it.
They're not doing anything about it because they aren't hiring native language speakers. They're not. They're refusing to do so. They aren't moderating, so they aren't catching all of the hate speech and all of the violence that's being released on their platform in other languages because they just don't care.
84% of its efforts against misinformation go to the United States, which is great because it's a U.S. first platform. It started here, right? However, that means 16% of their moderation, 16% of their entire community community staff goes to the rest of the world. The rest of the world includes like fucking India, which is one of the biggest users of Facebook in the world, with the most Facebook users.
There's been a lot of research that showed that, like, in India in particular, Facebook is like one of those things where it's like you don't text, you Facebook someone. Like, it is the platform.
And we're seeing a lot of like extremely populist and nationalist stuff popping up in India right now.
People do not read the news, they read Facebook. It's very, very common occurrence, particularly in India.
One of the only places that the inexpensive Facebook phones took hold was in India because they highly subsidized the phones.
Yep.
And you got a very limited browser, but what you got was you got Facebook and you got free data for a while.
Exactly. You got free data when on Facebook.
So in places like India, but also in places like Myanmar and you know, a lot of places where we're seeing a lot of big political problems, they got the Facebook phone. And correlation isn't causation, but yo, Facebook, lock your shit down.
In addition to that, there was a discovery that was seemed like it should be small, but was deeply disturbing. Starting in 2017, Facebook started adding those little emojis that you can use to respond to things instead of just being able to like something. You can react with something. We learned that Facebook's algorithm gave emoji reactions like angry 5 times the weight of a like. So that things that people were reacting to with anger, whether it be angry at the post, angry at the subject that someone's empathizing with someone, it was much more likely to come up in your feed.
Yeah.
5 times the weight of a like.
Because they show you, I mean, they're tracking those numbers. We know they're tracking those numbers. You can see it underneath posts. And they decided instead of surfacing content to people that they gave little hearts or little laughs or little smiles, they were like, "Oh, people hate this. Let's spread it."
Yep.
That works better. Fuck.
And of course, data backed up that those reactions occurred more frequently on toxic content and misinformation, therefore putting it in your feed more often. What this really comes down to at the end of the day is that they chose engagement and clicks and advertising money over safety. Because it's not about having a good time. It's not about the fact that I go on Instagram and it makes me feel bad.
It's about rating hot women at your college. It's about rating hot women at your college. That's what it started as, and that is basically the same ethics that they have carried forward today.
Yeah.
Whoops. Remember, this guy is not a genius. This guy literally created a database of women that you could vote up or down.
Anyways, delete your Facebook.
And it caught on.
Yep.
And it caught on. And so he had to pivot it to be something more.
Yeah. There's also current fears that their age demographic is aging up, and it's expected to go up by another 40% in the next 2 years in particular. There's a bunch of studies that are showing that teens view it as a boomer platform, and Facebook is terrified of that and doing everything they can to get young people back on the platform. So that's interesting, but also that age demographic is concerning because those are the age demographic of the people that, of course, are doing things like insurrections.
Here's a cool thing that they could do, Saige. Stop being literally evil.
Yeah, like just...
Maybe if you stop being literally evil and letting my great uncle send posts to all the other olds in his community about that good horse medicine that gets rid of COVID so they don't put robots in you.
Feels like a good idea.
Idiots.
Feels like a good idea to maybe just nuke the whole thing. Just turn it off.
While we're talking about business.
Okay, we have more business.
We are a business show.
Okay.
I do have my street MBA.
I, of course, passed the bar in the state of Virginia.
We want to talk about this hardware shortage, these logistical problems, and what it's doing to the electronics industry and the gaming, every industry, really. But, you know, we're about that. We're about games, baby. We're about rise and grind gamers.
Of course. Rise and grind gamers.
Rise and grind gamers.
It's 9:18 a.m.
I fucking injected G Fuel right into my eye socket this morning like I do before every show because I love the no-scopes.
Every morning. I start my day with a Mountain Dew directly into my throat tube.
Yeah. I got an insulin pump installed, not because I'm diabetic, because I found something online that shows me how to replace the insulin with Dorito leave-ins.
When I sneeze, it's orange.
So, in games business, we've been talking about how nobody can get a hold of consoles, right?
Of course.
Nobody can get a hold of consoles.
Supply chain issues.
And when people do get a hold of consoles, they don't plug them in for months.
It's not true. It's right there. You can see it. Look, it's all plugged in.
But we know that Sony is keeping up a little better than Microsoft. And so you would think that Microsoft would not be doing as well in terms of their games division. You know, you would think maybe Game Pass is like giving them a lot of money, right? Because people are signing up for Game Pass.
Yeah, but if people can't get the console, you think the console's struggling.
Yeah, but not unfortunately for Microsoft, but this is wild. Microsoft actually had the highest Q1 they've had recently. They had a 16% jump in gaming revenue, and it's entirely because of hardware. Game Pass gave them a little bit of a goose, but hardware sales are pushing the majority of their income. How? Nobody has this console.
What do you think that is?
How?
What do you think the fucking deal is?
I mean, they are selling out. As soon as the consoles come out, people are buying them up. And I guess over this length of time, the scarcity has made them, you know, kind of a hot commodity.
Yeah.
So they keep selling them as fast as they can make them. But you think there would be a cap on these sales? They're doing crazy good. 16%.
I guess that's it. It's like, you know, people who might have otherwise waited, knowing that it's like the opportunity pops up. If they see one, they're like, oh, I mean, I have to get it. They're impossible to get. I have to get it now.
Hardware revenue increased 166% year over year.
Interesting.
Whereas content and services revenue was only up 2%.
Wow.
So that means that Game Pass has only goosed their revenue 2%. That, to me, is the real important number here.
Yeah, because that's concerning.
We've been talking a lot about what they're going to do with Game Pass long term and whether this is a viable option for them.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have to keep buying new studios
Right.
to get exclusive content,
Mm-hmm.
to keep Game Pass going. And so where's this money going to come from on an infinite timeline?
Yeah.
But I guess it comes from the mini fridges.
It's probably from the mini
It's
fridges.
from
I
the
mean, they
mini
sold out in
fridges.
like 15 minutes, not even.
It's going to be kind of wild. And I mean, honestly, I think the thing that's very interesting, even if these console shortages continue, putting Halo on Game Pass day one means that even if you don't get that Xbox you want for Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
those kids are going to sign up for Halo anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're going to play it wherever.
Wherever.
So I'm interested to see Q1 next year what Game Pass is doing for Microsoft.
Yeah, I think that's the one to look out for because they did so much acquisition this year.
Yeah. But that's very interesting. Some people in the live studio audience are saying, "Yo, I got that Xbox. Good for you.
Good for you. I want
I'm
one.
glad.
I want one.
I got the PS5. That's the
Same.
one I got.
Y'all, I have one more piece of bad news.
Oh no.
We're all looking forward to Idris Elba as Knuckles.
Yes.
Of course. Everyone is attracted to Idris Elba and Knuckles.
Yeah.
Everyone.
It's a perfect Venn diagram of all the things that we want.
Idris Elba made a statement that disappointed a lot of people. When asked about Knuckles as a character, Idris Elba said, honestly, I cannot say contractually, I cannot say anything, but I wouldn't say he was sexy. I don't think I'm going for that. That's for sure. He said Knuckles' voice will not be sexy.
I think that shows a startling lack of self-awareness from Idris Elba. Idris Elba knows, he's got to know at this point, he doesn't have to play something sexy.
That's true.
He just has to be Idris Elba.
I think that, I hope that, in my heart of hearts, I hope that it's still sexy because it's Idris Elba. I feel like you'd have to be actively trying, right? To not.
Here's the thing. I think he's playing it down.
Yeah?
I
You think
think-
you want people to, like, be shocked?
I
Like,
think he's saying that he's not playing it sexy, but I mean, look, this is the man who gave us this gif. I am aware of the effect that I have on women. He knows. He knows.
Victor Necrofunk in the live studio audience said, Elba's trolling the fans. He means it's going to be very sexy.
Yeah, that's the code. He's winking at us.
Yeah, he said, well, it's not going to be sexy.
I'm not playing it sexy, but I did just find out what ASMR is.
He said, Knuckles? I mean, I can't say. Sexy? I wouldn't
say that.
I wouldn't say.
I'm certainly, because what he's really
I'm not
saying,
trying to be sexy.
that's the thing, is if you listen to the subtext of that, he's like, I'm not going for that.
That's not what I'm going for.
What he's saying is if it happens to turn out that way.
It would be an accident.
Come
maybe.
on.
You know.
I'm pretty hyped for Sonic 2.
Yeah, I'm pretty hyped for Sonic.
I'm pretty hyped for Sonic 2. Sonic was good.
I ended up leaving Sonic feeling kind of neutral.
Yeah.
The first movie. I was like, yeah.
I thought it was fun.
I thought it was fun.
I thought
agree.
it was fun. And I thought it was clearly the the we're testing the waters Sonic movie. It was the safe movie.
Mm-hmm.
But now we can get wild, baby. We got Knuckles. We probably got Master Emeralds. We got Chaos Emeralds. We got Tails is in there.
People are asking about Shadow.
Listen.
I too am asking about Shadow.
So if Idris Elba, if they've already used the Idris Elba card on Knuckles,
Who do we get?
who do we get for Shadow?
Drop your predictions or your hopes
Shadow,
in the chat.
So Shadow's got to be like a severe goth Dom King,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
Like
And
I feel like it would have to be somebody with the gravitas.
guys,
of, like,
do not do this to me. Everyone in chat is saying Chris Pratt. Do not. It's not funny.
It's a me. Kodoroko says Adam Driver. Adam Driver Shadow. Adam Driver Shadow. I think that's probably it. I think Adam Driver Shadow is probably it. That's what we gotta do, right? That's the only place to go. The intensity, the quiet intensity of an Adam Driver, of a good soup.
Oh my god.
Of a blast that thing out of the sky. I mean, I'd love to see it.
We'd all love to see it.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah, we'd love to see that. Yeah, we'd love to see that. Oh my god. Do it. It'd be funny. Do it.
In additional hell yeah casting news,
Yeah.
the second renaissance, the second age of Brendan Fraser continues.
It is upon us.
Yo, Batgirl reportedly, we don't know for sure, reportedly has its villain. That villain is Firefly, and that Firefly is the Frage.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, absolutely. I'm in. Let's go.
That Firefly is the Frage. We all know that as a society, we did Brendan Fraser dirty.
Of course. We live in a society.
We live in a society. Shadow the Hedgehog, Adam Driver as Shadow the Hedgehog would tell you that we live in a society. And as that society, we let Brendan Fraser down.
We did.
We let him down hard. He's back. He's in Doom Patrol. He's Robot Man. He's already got the connections with DC.
He deserves all good things.
He deserves all good things. His face is barely in Doom Patrol, though, so he could be another character within the DC universe.
Yep.
And
Clearly. He can.
He could be Firefly. Let this be true. All I want is for it to be true.
And, like, it's a Deadline article. It seems pretty legit.
Yeah. Deadline, they at least hear the rumor from a couple credible sources first. But, you know.
We have a Bria in the chat. And she said, I am receiving this rumor with joy and gratitude. And that's how I feel about it.
Are you talking about Wired Magazine's Abria Iyengar?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I want Brendan Fraser to have everything. I want him to have everything that was taken from him, and more.
And more. Yeah, we can. It's interest at this point.
Yeah, we owe him.
We do.
We owe him. So that's very exciting.
That is very exciting. Okay, we got 2 more things.
2 more things.
Right? Oh God, we have 3 more things. We're running out of time, and we have 3 more things.
Okay.
How do we do this, Anthony?
I'm making an editorial decision.
Do it.
It's going to be this one and this one.
Okay.
First of all, this just dropped.
It did. It dropped this morning, and we haven't watched it, so let's live watch it together. We got a trailer for Lightyear, the Buzz Lightyear movie.
If you're unfamiliar with this is the idea of this is not a Toy Story movie. This is a movie about the astronaut that inspired the toys of Buzz Lightyear in the Toy Story universe.
Right.
We are through the looking glass, people. This is many layers deep.
So again, this is not about toys whatsoever. This is the thing that inspired the Buzz Lightyear toy.
And this is a Gosling. This is Ryan Gosling
Yeah.
as
that's right.
Lightyear.
Yeah.
He's also Ken. There's a lot of Toy Story connections, but it's not toys.
Yes.
Still very, exaggerated, cartoony looking.
Yeah. I'm glad they went with like a similar animation style.
What did they just call? Did they call that fuel source anything? Because that's coaxium.
Yeah, it is.
They definitely put coaxium in there. The cartoon is not canon. Pixar has never enjoyed that cartoon, and they live studio audience is saying, "What about the Buzz Lightyear of Star Command cartoon?"
Mm-hmm.
according to Pixar, that would be the cartoon of the toy that a child like Andy would watch. It's a lot.
There he is.
Coaxium would be the fuel source from Solo and Star Wars.
Now, what's wild is they got the chin just right on the toy, come to find out.
Yeah. They did a great job. He's got a cat. He's got a robot.
Like, that's an incredibly accurate looking toy.
I mean, this is just David Bowie at this point.
Yeah.
I hope we don't get struck for that, but
Me too.
oh, Alicia of Star Command. Who's Alicia of Star Command?
Okay.
Tell us more about these Star Commandos.
So this is just a teaser trailer off the bat. This is the first thing we're actually seeing from it, and I'm excited about it. I think it's cute.
Yeah.
I love Pixar.
Me too.
I'm down for anything.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. It's not Gosling. It's Chris Evans.
Oh, wrong.
That's right. It's
yeah.
Captain America.
Yeah. Wrong.
Wrong one of those.
Normal white man.
Wrong one of those.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
So everybody's like, what's going on? Please explain this matryoshka of realities. Okay. In this matryoshka of realities, at the center, you have Andy, the kid from Toy Story. Andy is a big fan of Buzz Lightyear. So he buys Buzz Lightyear toys.
Right.
That's the Buzz that we know from the Toy Story movies. He also watches Buzz Lightyear cartoons. That cartoon would be Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, the animated series that we're all familiar with. However, both of these things are apparently based on an astronaut, a real astronaut named Buzz Lightyear. That is the Lightyear that's in the movie. I have problems with this because is Toy Story set in a world where interstellar travel is possible?
Yeah. Now, here's my
fuck?
question. Have they confirmed for us, because I actually don't know, have they confirmed for us that the Buzz Lightyear movie is not fictional within the Toy Story universe? It's not a fictional astronaut.
So this could be the big budget movie, the same way Greta Gerwig is making a Barbie movie. This could be a movie in the Toy Story universe that is the big budget Hollywood version of the movie based on the toy.
But we know that Buzz is a true story in some capacity, that there is an actual, right? No.
There's a lot going on here,
I
folks.
don't know.
There are two things that we have to there's two things that we have to figure out here. Number one, is Buzz Lightyear an actual, like, we know that is Buzz Lightyear an actual person in the Toy Story universe? If so, is the Toy Story universe a universe in which humans have faster than light travel?
See, what it came across.
If not, is this a big budget fictional movie about the toy in the Toy Story universe?
So here's what I think it is. I think Buzz Lightyear is a fictional character from this movie. And the toy is based on the movie. But I don't think that Buzz Lightyear is a real astronaut. That's my guess.
Okay.
That's all I've got. I don't think that Buzz is a real astronaut. I think that he is it's like a toy from any sci-fi movie.
So the toy wasn't first. The movie was first.
Yeah.
And then the toy line became incredibly popular.
Yeah.
And the animated series afterwards. I could see that.
Movie toy animated series.
Also, I would love a world where Toy Story has interstellar travel, though. You know what I mean? Because then maybe Wall-E is the future of the Toy Story universe.
I don't want that for them.
A unified Pixar theory. A string theory of Pixar.
I mean, I would love a Pixar extended universe. Don't get me wrong. I would love them to all be connected. Okay.
Let's talk about a sci-fi franchise that is way easier to understand than Buzz Lightyear. Dune.
We know that it was confirmed that Dune is getting a sequel, of course. Dune absolutely crushed at the box office. It's gotten excellent reviews so far. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, we were a little worried on Monday because we knew that even though it made $200 million worldwide, we knew that it had like a $200 million budget. And so we were like, is it going to be big enough for a sequel?
And the answer is yes.
The answer is yes. And of course, immediately we all started speculating on what it might be called.
Anthony and a lot of the internet took to Tune.
I like Tune.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. But we also had some of the BBs pop in and see what this thing that fucking Twitter's doing now. Todd Kenrick, friend of the show, Todd Kenrick said, "Dune it again."
Yeah.
Dune 2, Freeman Boogaloo.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. We got Dune, Where's My Car?
Nice.
I love that one.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Somebody
down for more.
Somebody did serious and said Children of Dune. Stop it. Don't be serious with me.
No.
Don't be serious with me on the internet. Dunes, plural. That seems like an easy one.
Yeah.
Detune.
That's a Twitch streamer. Yeah. Now,
Dune 2, Arrakis Rift. That's
okay.
pretty good.
We had 2 Dune, 2 Atreides.
2 Dune, 2 Atreides. I like that. Somebody said Scooby Dune. Attack of the Dunes.
Okay.
Attack of the Dunes is good. My favorite, like, somebody said Zune.
Yeah.
Here's the best one, though. The second somebody responded to me with that, I was like, can't believe I didn't think of that. That's the winner.
I just spit water everywhere.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Matt Hecht, you're crushing it. If you're watching right now, Matt Hecht.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to you.
That was pretty good.
If you have any more ideas, throw them in the chat or throw them in the Discord.
Someone said I look forward to Dune 3, but the E is a 3. Dune.
I mean, that's a gimme.
Yeah, that's a gimme. Right. Yeah.
That's a gimme. So there you go. Have you watched the Dune?
I have not watched the Dune.
Are you gonna?
It's on my list.
It's on your list. Yeah.
I'll get to it.
I'm not gonna push you. I know Dune has a lot of associations.
It's like, it's fine. It's fine. I've heard it's very good. I'm gonna watch it. But right now, like, you dare interrupt my spooky season with Dune?
Yeah, I do want to say.
I'm in the middle of watching Halloween movies.
As a bonus here, the internet did. Maybe this will help you watch it during spooky season. What if I told you that in Dune, the toughest guy in the galaxy's name was Duncan, Idaho?
Oh, that doesn't help at all. That is the opposite, Anthony.
The internet also found out about Duncan, Idaho when Dune came out. And I thought that was very funny. Because everybody was like, Duncan, Idaho?
That's your hero's name?
There he is.
That's your toughest guy?
And look, Dave Itzkoff is like, the year is 10,191. Interstellar travel has been mastered. Laser weapons and cloning are possible. The toughest man alive is named Duncan, Idaho. Yike. Friend of the show, Mike Drucker. Dune. People use space drugs to travel through space and gain superpowers. All right. Space drugs are only on a dirt planet with giant worms, and also the new Space Messiah.
Okay.
Pretty reasonable. There's a character named Duncan, Idaho. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, that doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right.
Duncan, Idaho is not a fundamentally different name to Indiana Jones.
Yes, it is.
But also...
Disagree.
Well, you'll probably agree with this next one. Duncan, Idaho is the same name as Hannah Montana.
That it is. There you go. You got it. Duncan, Idaho said, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days.
The Southwest Avengers, Duncan, Idaho, Robert, California, Nathan, Arizona, and Johnny, Utah.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Why do we keep doing this?
Oh, God. Duncan, Idaho.
Yeah, that's a rough name.
That's the thing that, like... That's the thing that I don't tell people about Dune. I genuinely don't.
That would be the first thing I tell people.
You'd think it would be my first thing that I told people because I love shit like that.
Yeah, of course.
But the second I say Duncan, Idaho, nobody wants to watch Dune or read Dune.
Yeah.
So I don't do it. Anyway.
You're not doing it?
I'm not doing it. Dune 2, Dune it again.
I keep hearing the old Ray William Johnson song. Someone in the chat will get it. Someone will.
Okay.
And that is it. That is where we will leave you. We will leave you to speculate.
We'll leave you to ponder Duncan, Idaho.
And what the name of Dune 2 might be. What good pun. Of course, if you come up with anything great, you can go and post it in our Discord. We also pulled stories from the Discord. If you're not in there, you can't do it then.
Get-
What are you
get-
doing?
get in there. It's
You have
free
to
real
get in there.
estate.
It's completely free. And sometimes we take stories from there and then we shout you out when we do as a thank you for telling us what to talk about. We want to talk about the things you want to hear about.
Yeah.
We do the show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So be sure to join us on Friday for our very last Costume Friday of the season. Very exciting. We have a special costume planned. I hope you'll come and join us. We'll, of course, be live at 8 a.m. Pacific, exactly 8 a.m.
Exactly.
If you think it's not exactly 8 a.m., that's on your clock. That's
on
your fault.
That's on your perception of time.
You fix it, not us.
We did nothing.
We're right.
We did nothing wrong.
Have a great day, babies.
Have
Thank
a
you for
great
starting
day.
your day with us. Of course, we want to go through and thank everybody that supported us during the show today. We're so appreciative of everybody that donates, subscribes, follows the channel to come back for more, of course. We're two people in a shed.
We're two people in a shed who set our monthly donation goal way too low because we feel bad about asking people for money.
Correct.
We feel so bad about it.
That's right.
But thank you all. Thank you to the people that directly supported us during the show. First of all, Flow Fighter with the Prime subscription and then 5 gift subscriptions. Welcome, Flow Fighter 1. We really appreciate your generosity. Andrew Boyd 13, thank you for the follow. Carl 612 with the bits. Scandic, Jonas Drake 1, Hey Scythe, Natalia Maria 1975, Vig Raven, thank you all for the follow. Rebecca, thank you for the 10 bits. Groovy Deadite, thank you for the host. Emperor Kyalich, thank you for the host. Blitz 2216, Tayrel 713, Captain Cobbs, Dan trying his best. Thank you all for the follows. Bagged Salad and Hot Beverages, thank you so much for the bits. Math29BT, thank you for the follow. Tom Biden with the bits. Kaylin Rohr with the $10 tip saying, hey, my schedule's been tight, but still wanted to make time to get y'all some sugar breakfast. See y'all in vaudeville, babies. Vaudeville.
Nice.
I like vaudeville.
I like that too.
We might steal that and take your $10. STTK Gloom, thank you for the follow. Little Brassy Atlas with the resub for 6 months. That's half a year. Thank you, Little Brassy Atlas. Kaylin Rohr with 10 gift subs. Welcome to all the news, and thank you, Kaylin Rohr. Scott Davis 136 with the 100 bits. I Crichton with the resub for 6 months in a row. Thank you for the half year. Captain Video 42, thank you very much. Bagged Salad with the bits. Thunder Cabbage 1, 13 months. That's what we call a Pixel Circus year around here. A spooky year. Hi, my name is Ro with the resub for 3 months in a row. Good morning, BBs. Good morning to you. Hi, my name is Ro. Blue Pirate, thank you for the host. Thank you so much, BBs. We understand some of you already follow, some of you already sub, some of you have already donated, some of you are not interested in doing those things.
And that's okay too.
That's okay. Although, the follow is free, and if you enjoy the show, maybe do that one. But
Yeah.
above and beyond that, we understand. We get it. Money is weird.
It is. And there's not enough of it. So there are a bunch of other things that you can do to support the channel. You can do things like share when we go live, retweet our going live photos. We take a photo every morning for you.
Mm-hmm.
We do. We take photos every morning for you. You can
Every
always
single
retweet that.
morning.
You can share a link to the VOD. You can share a link to that VOD on YouTube as well. Somebody's not a Twitch person, get them over on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Helps us out as well.
Share
Helps us
it.
out to have a little views over there.
Share a clip, share a GIF. Just tell a friend that you think might enjoy the show about the show. Right now, we've got 240 people watching live. That's a huge amount of people.
Yeah,
But
ridiculous.
it's also an amount of people where even telling one new person about the show makes a huge difference. And so if you know somebody who would be into it, please let them know. When we're not here doing this show, we are in other places. That's the way that object permanence works. Even when you
That's
can't
true.
see us, we're doing things. Saige, where are you when you're not here?
You can find me everywhere on the internet at @NotSage. Unless you're the person in the chat looking for an OnlyFans, then please don't. You can find me, of course, on this channel all the damn time. On my channel, I stream over on I stream Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Saturday, we're doing a special extra long stream. I just hit 20K over on my channel, so we're going to be celebrating a little bit probably tonight. We're going to be playing some Phasmophobia with some friends. I think it'll be a good time. You can find me on Smosh Games, including this Friday. This Friday, we're going to be doing our yearly Just Dance. It's my first time participating. I think it'll be fun. You can come and watch that. There won't be a VOD, so catch it live. You can find me on the Mad Cave Studios channel this afternoon at 12 o'clock Pacific. Oh, and D&D. I'm on the D&D channel tomorrow.
She does all the things.
I do things.
You can find me everywhere on the internet at a Carboni, except for here on Twitch, where I am at Anthony Carboni. Twitch, you cowards, it's mine. Give it back to me. You can also find me this week on a new episode of Kinda Funny's Spider-Man movie rewatch. They did Spider-Man in review, where they ranked all of the Spider-Man movies, and now we're rewatching them so I can tell them that they're wrong about their rankings. We just did Spider-Man 2. It's live today. Go watch it over on the Kinda Funny channel. And, of course, my science comedy podcast, We Have Concerns, with Jeff Kanata, comes out every Friday. There are new episodes every week, so go check that out. If you're a fan of science and fun times and just generalized anxiety about the future of the world, you are going to love this show.
You sure are.
And I think that's about it.
That's about it. We have a Patreon as well. If you want to support us on Patreon, we post a bonus clip from this show every single week, usually on Fridays, and we do have some special announcements coming over there very, very soon.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun. I don't know. Do you want to know about Failed Save Campaign 2? You want to know about what we're doing before that?
I do.
All right. Well, I don't know. Fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and
We love
find
you,
out,
BBs.
everybody.
See you on Friday.
Bye, BBs.